From Clarkston, Michigan, the greatest city in the world, it's the Jose Aliaga Show. Jose Aliaga knows everyone. Get to know him as he interviews some of the most fascinating people from the greater Independence Township area. And now, broadcasting from the studios at Clarkston High School, the home of the state champion Wolves, here's Jose Aliaga.
Welcome to the Jose Aliaga Show. First of all, I want to thank all the residents for Independence Township for supporting me in the last primary on August 2nd. It's an honor and privilege to represent you at the board of Independence Township, and looking forward for the next 4 years to keep helping the community to improve our beautiful township. Today, I have an exciting guest, a new rising star from the Republican Party. Her name is Nikki Snyder, and she's a candidate for the State Board of Education. How are you doing, Nikki?
Hi, thanks for having me, Jose.
It's an honor, a pleasure to have you here in Independence Township in the set. And probably a lot of people want to know more about you. And tell us why you're running.
Well, I'm running for a number of reasons. As a parent first, I have 3 beautiful children. One of them has an IEP in our local school district. Another one is physically disabled, born without a right forearm or hand. So I believe that I bring a unique perspective to the table. Also, I've been active locally in opposing annexation in our local school district, which many parents felt exchanged local control for temporary funding. I've also been vocal at the state level in the LGBTQ guidance proposal and sharing my concerns with the current State Board of Education. And then lastly, I'm an educator myself. I teach OB Lab and Fundamentals of Nursing at Washtenaw Community College. So I've had a really good opportunity to see what kind of education our K through 12 students are getting. So,
And I hear a lot of concerned parents. They are worried about what is going on currently with the current Board of Education. And I hear a lot of the newspaper, the media, when I see the newspaper, they are trying to pass some things that a lot of parents are disagreeing. A few months ago, I hear there was more than several tons of parents went to the school board complaining about a proposal. Can you tell us what is this proposal?
So it's the LGBTQ guidance proposal, and it seeks to eliminate ostracizing marginalized student groups. And while I appreciate that, and I appreciate the need for all students to be respected, I think that this guidance proposal really oversteps in general in a number of areas, and parental rights is probably one of the most important ones, and then safety as well.
I see. But now, this is a proposal that actually is allowing to take the rights for the parents to know what's going on with their kids. Is this the proposal?
Correct, and even the most recent version, which was redone, doesn't really change that. So the most recent version says that on a case-by-case basis that the school system is in control of deciding whether or not a parent should know if their child is identifying as transgender at school. So naturally, yeah, that is a huge issue in parental rights in general. I feel that, and most parents feel, that we are our child's first educator, that we are their primary support and their primary guidance. And so to give this power over to the school districts in any case is just not acceptable, really. So a lot of people are very upset, and rightfully so.
So now, if this pass, basically what's going to happen is if my kids or anyone's kids at the school and tell the teacher, don't tell my parents for any other issues or something, so that teachers are not allowed to tell the parents what's going on with the kids, whether it's a transgender issue or other issues, correct?
Correct, and really you bring up a good point too in terms of exactly what the guidance proposal does state and doesn't state. There are no standards by which the school districts that adopt this guidance proposal use to decide whether they will write home to parents, if you will. So I think the most important premise of the guidance proposal is that we are the parents and we are the primary support, we are the primary educator, we are the primary guidance, and it just takes that away. So we don't know what to expect from one local school district to the next, even if they do adopt the guidance proposal, how they will carry that out, because there are no standards in place. And there really is no civil rights litigation or legislation that supports the guidance proposal either. So there's nothing to go from.
Now, this is also about the transgender bathrooms, right? This
Correct,
also,
yes.
So basically with this also, we allow a kid, a boy that says, you know, I wake up this morning, I identify myself as a girl, so I'm gonna go to a ladies' room, bathroom for girls. So this is what is allowing that as well, right?
Correct, and that sort of attacks the whole safety issue too. And really, if you think about it, you know, safety shouldn't be defined from one marginalized student group perspective or from one special interest in any scenario. If we're going to define safety in bathrooms and locker rooms for K through 12 public education, it has to be with all students in mind. And then to take that a step further, if we're looking at Title IX, there are a number of other marginalized groups of students that need to be honored in the definition of safety for bathrooms and locker rooms, including the sexually assaulted. 1 in 4 girls today will be sexually assaulted by a dating partner from the age of 12 to 17. So we're talking about other marginalized groups of students that need to be represented here, and they were not represented at the table. This is a guidance proposal that was based solely on one special interest group.
I see, which is basically some of these candidates that currently the board are supported by this interest group. Now, one of the other things, I hear a lot of parents, I talk to some people during my campaign and all that, tell me that they believe that the currently system of the school board is spending too much money, but the results are less and less and less positive. So do you believe this is true, that the school is spending too much money and no results? I'm talking about education-wise.
Yes, you're really tackling funding, which funding has been what education has been surrounding in conversation for many, many years. So if we look at data and we look at facts, what we can see in school funding is that Michigan spends more than 40 other states. That includes federal dollars, so in total, 30 other states from the state and local level as well. And then you can also see that, you know, we have a gap in the per pupil foundation allowance, which allows for equity. It's about $4,700 from the lowest per pupil to the highest per pupil. So we are funding education, definitely funding education. But I think that we need to shift the focus of that conversation of funding in terms of what kind of education our kids are getting and receiving. And what we see is we aren't really making a dent in high school dropouts, graduating on time. We have third grade reading illiteracy, which is a big problem. The M-STEP showed us that we are not proficient in math or reading at all levels, even with a marginal improvement over last year. So we're definitely struggling in education, and so the conversation really needs to shift and be focused on that. So.
Yeah, no, it's really sad what's going on, just what I see locally in Oakland County, and it's really sad in some of the schools. But the school board keeps spending more money, but I personally don't see the results. And it's really, really sad.
Yeah.
So now, I see some of the people, some of the candidates running against you, they have special interests, they have big money. Who is funding your campaign?
Grassroots. We have a ton of volunteers all across the state, and all the way up into the UP. So it's very much a grassroots campaign. I have no special interests, endorsements, or funding that I've reached out for, simply because I want education to go back to where it should be, which is surrounded by the special interest is the kids, not the adults, not any other special interest groups. So, that's a real reflection of my funding.
It's good to know, because a lot of people see, okay, all these politicians or people then run, and they have special interest money, and they have a special agendas, a special interest agenda where they move in the funding of the school board, taxpayer money in different ways that is not to support our kids or help our community or improve education. In your case, you're running because you're a local parent is seeing all these problems and you want to fix these problems and represent the people. And it's good to know that people need to know that Nikki Snyder is not supported by any PACs or organization. She's on her own, basically with grassroots, with parents like you supporting Nikki. And this is going on, and this is sad to know that that's the school that represents us is not really representing us, it's representing other interests and not helping and fix the problem and improve education. Anything else, Nikki, that you would like to say to the public besides this election coming up in November? Is anything?
I think you really hit on it, just that I'm definitely set apart from the rest of the candidates simply because I'm not an established politician. I am a parent, I am someone who's been active locally, I am an educator myself, and that's what I seek to bring to the table is that unique experience. And then also to put the focus back on the kids is the biggest thing to set me apart. I'm not tied to any special interest, not beholden to anyone but the kids.
It's good to know. Nikki, a lot of people are watching the show today, and I would like, a lot of people would like to know more about you or contact you. Do you have a website, phone number, or something that people can contact you?
Yes, I do. You can go to Nikki Snyder, NIKKISNYDER.net, or you can go to Facebook and search Nikki Snyder for State Board of Education as well.
Okay, so the website is www.nikkisnyder.net, or Facebook is Nikki Snyder, SVOE. All right, that's right there in the screen. Okay.
Wonderful.
Okay. Well, thank you, Nikki.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for having me, Jose.
Absolutely. I appreciate that a lot. It was really nice to see you again, and looking forward to see you the School Board of Education, and I want to see those changes, like a lot of us want to see a positive impact for us and for improve our education and our kids. Well, thank you.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Well, that's all for today. Thank you so much. If you you have any comments for the Jose Aliaga Show, you can go to our Facebook page at www.josealiaga. Then is the Jose Aliaga Show on Facebook, or you can call us at 248-736-7163. Thank you, and God bless you.